I started reading a book, Mindset by Carol Dweck, and I read a first chapter so far, and I'd love to share my learning so far. And it's an amazing book, and she started to speak about two different mindsets, fixed mindset and growth mindset. Of course, those two different mindsets think and see abilities totally differently. So when I think about fixed mindset, people with fixed mindset believe that abilities are set in stone and fixed, you're not able to change it, while growth mindset people believe that all abilities could be cultivated, changed, and improved. You just need to have effort and purpose, and you will be able to change whatever you want. I like how Carol Dweck put a quote from Robert Sternberg, and it says the major factor in whether people achieve expertise is not some fixed prior ability, but purposeful engagement. So basically, what it says is that a lot of times when people want to start something, but they don't have ability yet, they say, "Oh, I don't have ability to do this, so I will not start doing it." But unfortunately, people understand that when people start doing something, they will build that ability. They will learn something and they will get better. Because imagine that if a kid, a baby, starts walking, wants to start walking, but said, "I never walked. I don't have ability to walk, so I maybe I will never try it." No, like a baby start walking, falling hundreds of times. After that, they start walking. Exactly the same with any kind of skill. We have a capacity to learn and get it better. So that means that it doesn't matter what kind of ability we have prior, but if we'll start doing something, we will change that ability, improve, and we will have that. So that means when you start something, you need to say, "Not yet. I still don't have ability, but I will build it." So other thing that she mentioned is not always the people who start out the smartest who end up the smartest. So that means a lot of times people who has a great talent, they believe and trust their talent and they start being lazy because other people who don't have ability yet and they have talent, they need to put much more effort to improve. So, but if they keep consistent after a long time, they will bypass talents, and I have seen that happen over and over and over again. People who are very smart, they don't put as much effort as people who start as a lower pace. The view you adopt for yourself profoundly affects the way you lead your life. That means that a lot of times, who people who believe that they have a growth mindset and they believe that you can learn anything, that allows them to take risks. And of course, when you take risks, of course, you're able to learn more, get better, and you are able to take much more opportunities. Now, believing that your qualities are carved in stone, that's basically from the fixed mindset, creates an urge to prove yourself over and over. So that means that people who believe that their abilities are set in stone, that means that they always want to prove that that's exactly how it is. So that means if they want to show that they are smart, they are not able to ask dumb questions because they don't want to look dumb. So that means if you have a growth mindset, that allows you to ask questions constantly because you know that you want to show as a growth mindset person. That means that this is your as a value because people know, but if you ask questions, you are growing. While people who tend to have fixed mindset, they growing by themselves because they don't want anyone else to see that they potentially don't know something. Because people who has growth mindset, they understand that they could achieve anything through effort. Now, when I think about people who have growth mindset, they have a passion for stretching themselves, being better, and they believe that with the hard work they could achieve anything. Now, what I like about growth mindset is that a lot of times growth mindset allows people to thrive through difficult days, because if you are struggling in life, if you have growth mindset, you understand that this situation is not for to stay, because if you get better, you get stronger, your problems will get smaller. So like for a person who has a growth mindset, the problems in the long run will become smaller and smaller and smaller, and the life will change. And basically that allows for growth mindset person to persevere through difficult days. Now, when we look into the mistakes, and there is two different views on mistakes. While fixed-minded people believe that mistakes are representations of who they are, so and they put mistakes into their identity because they believe that their abilities are their identity. That's pretty sad. While growth-minded people believe that their mistakes are representation of their ability at current moment. So that means they understand that their mistakes is just a representation of their current station, but it is not representation of who they are, and it's not representation of who they will be. And that's a huge difference. Now, I like this saying that exceptional individuals have a special talent for identifying their own strengths and weaknesses. So that means that exceptional people sometimes look into their understand where they are, because a lot of times if you want to improve, you need to understand where you are at the moment, and of course later on make a plan and get where you want to go. Because exactly the same with any kind of map. If when you start your journey, of course, what you first do, you look where you are now, and then you look where you want to go, and then you look just the best route and path how you get there. Now, I really love the one sentence as well. The other thing exceptional people seem to have is a special talent for converting life's setbacks into future successes. So that means that when growth mindset people look in their setbacks, mistakes, difficulties, they always question, okay, how this setback could be used for my own benefit, how that setback um, how that occurred and what kind of mistake I did. And that means that when they understand that this mistake was due to some kind of misunderstanding, ability, or skill that they didn't had yet, they are able to improve that, and next time don't make that mistake again. So this is the first chapter. I'm looking forward to the second chapter.